I could not wait to see him. The man of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Mr. Ice Trae, cold like an Iceberg Young. Unfortunately, the opposition for the home team is not at full strength. Their MVP candidate, Joel Embiid, is injured with a torn meniscus. I personally would not play the big fella, even though he is a showstopper. This could be detrimental to his health and career. But the lineups are in, and the big man is holding down the center. ATL is coming off some serious momentum from the previous New York Knicks matchup. It was an intense battle. New York was roaring. The crowd was, to say they're behind their team is not even enough to demonstrate, but it was a wild crowd nonetheless. So ATL won the tip, and Bogdan Bogdanovic knocks down the triple. Make that 2 to start off the quarter. Simmons, he was doing his thing, showing off that athleticism, hit him with the reverse layup, and Embiid received MVP chance while knocking down his first free throws. Soon after, Embiid drills the 3 and put them up by 3. Young and Collins played the two-man game at one end, while Embiid threw down a mean jam at the other. Just when you think Trae is putting up another floater, because he got his floater game on lock, Capella for the alley-oop comes in out of nowhere. ATL quickly pulled away, scorching hot, shooting 75% against Philly's elite defense, number 2 defense in the league. They were up by 15, soaring in Philly. The Sixers were soon down 20 in the second. ATL had a 17-0 run. 17-0 run. I repeat, 17-0 against Philadelphia 76ers with two superstars on their team. Finally, Simmons goes to the line, but bricks both of them. Soon after, Tobias was able to get his team and the crowd going. It wasn't until late in the second that they were able to make a run, only to still be down by 20. They were making fight after fight, run after run, but still only down by 20. So it just seemed impossible, in the first half for Philadelphia to stay in the game. The refs got involved, as it seemed, call after call, questionably against ATL. But by the end of the half, Trae had 25 points and 7 assists. Down the stretch, though, Philly tried to make another run, and the game increased in intensity and got real physical. Bogdanovic and Simmons were chopping it up. You can see some footage of them talking smack back and forth. One of the most gangster moves I saw this game was Trae letting the ball roll all the way up to half court, slowly, as I believe it was Danny Green coming up to press him on defense. Whenever Green took a couple steps forward to try to make a run at the ball, Trae would pretend to pick it up, but then let it keep rolling. And then again, Danny kind of pops at him. Trae pretends to pick it up, but lets the ball keep rolling. I was like, what? He was taunting him to make his move. However, Philly went on a 7-0 run finally to bring them down by 7, only 7, and put the pressure on the Hawks. Amazingly, the Sixers come within 3 after being down to the majority of the game by 20. That's right, the Twanky. So they came up within 3. They started bringing the trap, the press, but Bogey hits another big 3. So, the elite defense was definitely on display after having such a commanding lead. They went to the hack of Simmons routine. They foul Simmons, but he makes one of 2. The crowd was on fire at this point. To come all the way back from that deficit, ATL makes another turnover. Tobias gets a clutch steal and makes the basket, takes it all the way in. But Philly makes a clear path foul, and Trae throws it up to Collins for the final alley-oop jam that would seem to be the dagger. But wait, they go back to hack of Simmons. He makes one, bricks the other, short off the rim, but Embiid gets the board, and they come within 2 after a turnover on the press. Oh my God. ATL could not handle the full court press. Philly displayed remarkable resilience down the line to the last second, bringing Atlanta with the back against the ropes. However, the Hawks escaped this battle with the win to rock the Eastern Conference and its number 1 seed. ATL, shouty, rocking the number 1 seed, holding it down. This was a crazy game, y'all. I hope if you can catch it, look it up. We're here at NBA.com, where we always get our official, where we take our criticism from. We get the review, all the analytics, get it straight from the source, NBA.com here, for our educational purposes and review. So, oh my goodness, man. You can see here the headline, Young Hawks hold off Sixers, late rally to win game 1. And they were rallying back. You got to give credit to Philadelphia, man. They definitely had that elite D on display. It was something else for sure. So you can see the disparity in the records there. Number 1 seed versus the number 5. And number 5 takes that first game. So the next one's going to be on the 8th at 7:30. You can check that out on TNT. Also, if you don't have that, man, you can download that NBA app, man. I definitely recommend getting that NBA app. They have something on there called TNT Overtime, and you can watch it in the 4-screen mosaic. It's really sick, man. So check that out. Super dope if you haven't checked it out before. Great way to watch the game, and you can get multiple perspectives on that. Actually, from the home or away you're choosing. They have different camera angles. It's really cool. I strongly recommend it, especially if you don't have the means to watch it. It's definitely a great alternative, and you might actually prefer it. So you can see here, it was the first half, the first quarter. I mean, the Hawks were slamming it, 42-27. Their 3-point shooters are top notch. ATL has some great shooters. I mean, they could shoot the hell out of that thing, man. I'm telling you. Bogdanovich, Herter, Gallinari, Trae, Collins. I mean, you name it. They got a solid lineup, and they got a deep bench too. Philly too, man. They just weren't hitting it this game. We'll take a closer look into it, but you can see the first quarter was all ATL. Second quarter, first half, all ATL, 32-27. So it wasn't until that third quarter you could see that it started decreasing here for ATL, still remaining somewhat consistent though, right around 30-point average per quarter. So you see Philly took a turn here, came out strong in the third, still down huge though. And then it wasn't until that last quarter where they really started pressing and trapping them, and it just seemed to be too much. Like that ATL just wasn't prepared. I mean, they were making mental mistakes. It seemed with some physical and mental fatigue. The exhaustion was evident. They had violations in there, turnovers. It was costly down the line. I did not see this game coming even anywhere near this close. For them to bring it down to 4 points, oh my goodness, if you saw this whole game, you would have thought this was way over. But it ain't over till it's over, guys. Play till that clock strikes 0-0-0. I'll say it every time I have to, man. So you can see the bench here came out strong, 34 points for ATL versus 23 for Philly. Turnovers were a little bit plus here on the Sixers. But they had the points off turnovers as well. So there was only 6 lead changes, and it was only tied twice. Bogdanovich erupts for 21 points, 5 threes in the first game. Joel Embiid with a torn meniscus, man. I'm telling you, a big fella. I wish he wouldn't be playing, but I know you can't stop. You can't stop him, man. And they couldn't stop him. Period. 39 points. Damn. With a serious injury like that, 39 points. My goodness. Tobias Harris posts 20 points, 10 rebounds. Ben Simmons had 17 points, 10 assists. Young having the playoff debut of a lifetime. Up there with some of the greatest to ever do it. Up there in the MJ numbers. Young pours in 35 to spark the Hawks. Trae Young, Joel Embiid highlights. We got Clint Capella posts 11 points and 10 rebounds. I mean, Capella, if you don't know the Hawks, we'll get into the roster just a little bit. See the top plays from... Let's check out the top plays. Bogdanovich shushes the crowd, dude. Ooh, these ATL boys, after getting rowdy and rambunctious with the New York Knicks, they definitely coming in with some swag. John Collins skies to put away game with massive oop. Let's check this one out. This is the one that I personally loved. John Collins is a beast. Great roll to the basket. Just solid offensive threat. You got to watch him. You definitely got to keep your eye on him and watch him these playoffs as well. You're going to see some great stuff from this player. Let's take a look here. Here it goes down the line. Oh, damn. Look at that, man. The ferocity. Ferocious. I love it. What was the score at this point? Look at that. That's not the one I was thinking, I don't believe, though. They say the alley-oop. They keep showing that one for it. Hold up. Why is that? John Collins goes way up to catch the alley-oop and put an exclamation point on Atlanta's win. They were showing that bounce pass, but I was looking for that oop. Yeah, this is when he broke past the press. You can see they're doing that one right there is what I was talking about. That one was nice. Real nice. 123, what is that, 118 at this time? My man went up to orbit to get that one. I love it. So yeah, Philly was bringing the press in tough, caused a couple costly turnovers down the line to help them bring it in closer. I mean, I just love seeing the full court press in the NBA level. Stated that earlier this year in the NBA Twitch chat, and lo and behold, man, I've been seeing it a lot more from like the Grizzlies, Philadelphia, and been getting a good taste of it here in the playoffs. So I really like that. Love seeing these teams bring the strong defensive pressure, keep their opponents guessing. Let's look at the box score here. So we got Solomon Hill, John Collins, Clint Capella, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Trae Young, Danilo Gallinari, Kevin Huerter, Tony Snell, Lou Williams, Onyeka Okongwu, Bruno Fernando, DeAndre Hunter. Didn't play. Nathan Knight, Skylar Mays. We got Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid, Seth Curry, Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, Tyrese Maxey, George Hill, Dwight Howard, Furkan Korkmaz, Shake Milton, Isaiah Joe, Paul Reed, Mike Scott, Anthony Tolliver. So, honestly, man, both of these teams have some great shooters. Pretty much everybody with the exception of Dwight and Ben Simmons shoot the three on the Sixers, man. I mean, all of them can knock it down. And pretty much everybody here besides possibly Capella knocks the three down on this team too, man. So this was something that I found while I was looking at the stats. Take a look here at the steals. Everybody that came into the game for Atlanta had a steal. Look at this. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Just the exception of Danilo right here. 1. Snell. Lou Williams didn't get 1. Onyeka Okongwu got 2. So pretty much the majority of the players that came in for them were on it on the defensive end. And that's just a huge hustle factor that definitely shows. I keep talking about Philadelphia's elite defense. Look at this. 2 steals. 3 steals. 1. 4 steals. Ben Simmons. See, man, people be talking trash on Simmons, dude. 4 steals in a game, in a playoff game. I mean, just in any game in general, but in the playoffs, that's awesome. 10 assists as the point guard. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a point guard. I don't know what y'all are looking for, but that's what you need. 4 rebounds. I mean, he's the man, dude. Matisse got him a steal in there and a block. Simmons had him a block. Embiid had 3. I'm telling you, man, this Sixers team is no joke. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. The Atlanta Hawks are in the playoffs for a reason. They're believing. They got the logo on their shirts, read and believe, and they are knocking it down. 1 opponent down, another one to go. Take a look at the game chart here. The real difference maker for this was that, well, there was a couple things, but that commanding lead, obviously, coming out 20 points strong can never hurt you. There was a comment by Herder saying, "Thank God we were up by 20," because they were able to withstand that those strong haymakers that Philly was coming back with. But really, you can see here, they shot 51% from the field, 44 of 86. Philadelphia shot 55, 45 of 82. So you can see they have strong paint presence here on the Philadelphia side. They missed a lot of threes here. Both teams actually did. But let's take a look at Bogdanovich, for example. Let's solo him out, and let's compare him to Curry real quick. You can see. So he missed a few corner threes, 3 there. He made 3, 4, 5, 6, missed 7. So he went 5 for 7. That's really not bad. Not too bad. Missed a couple points here. 1 in the paint. Got him a little low post shot here. Curry missed his in the paint, but really just kind of hit that mid-range here. I would say there's 2 of their best shooters. Let's go to their next. I would say the next one is Herder. And let's compare. I think Green, really, that was the difference maker here. Green had him on an off day. He's kind of their 3-point specialist and 3-and-D type of player. Just kind of went in here, into the paint, missed 4 threes. So really 29% versus 67%. He really didn't. Let's take a look at here. Green had an off game there. Let's say Collins versus Harris. 62% versus 78%. So he's getting these really high percentage looks in here in the paint. Missed 1, probably contested there. 1 3 here in the corner, missed 1. 2 up here from the perimeter. 78%, 62%. So it really just comes down to getting the wide open looks. Let's take a look at the big fella. He was going ham. Look at this. 57%, 12 of 21 versus their big fella over here. 56, 5 of 9. So of course Embiid is a little bit more aggressive. And of course, let's compare these point guards here. Completely different styles. Both highly effective. Just opposite ends of the spectrum. One's more power and defense and just athleticism. Trae's athletic as well. It just has a little bit more. Takes tougher shots. More on the drive. In the paint. Deep threes. I mean, look at this. Is a lot of threes missed though. 7. He only made 3, I believe. Maybe is that 4? It looks like he made 3. So 48% versus 100. You see, that's what I'm talking about, man. People overlook this aspect here of Ben Simmons. He's highly effective from the field because he's taking high percentage looks. And if he doesn't have it, he kicks it out for one of his teammates, man. That's a true point guard, man. I mean, you have point guard doesn't mean you make all the points. That's where these young bucks just get it all twisted, man. They're like, I'm the point guard. I'm gonna dribble for 20 seconds on the shot clock, and then at the last 4 seconds, I'm gonna look to somebody and see if no, dude. That's terrible basketball. That's not even close to what you're supposed to. Just because you do that on the street or 2K, like, that don't cut it, man. That don't cut it. If you want to do 1v1, you want to do streets, you want to do 3, you go ahead and break all them 3s that you want. But if you want to play some basketball, be effective from the field 100%. Look at that, man. You can't beat that, man. So that's what people don't really understand, the true value and effectiveness and efficiency of Ben Simmons, what it brings to the table. He's a great point guard. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the shot zones here. It's good. ATL was all green, man. Look at that. So they were just taking great looks, creating wide open looks. I mean, 4 for 11 here in the corner. What's that? 36%. 66 on the other. 4 for 6. 12 for 30, 40%. So really the perimeter, that's what I'm trying to explain here, that ATL has extremely efficient perimeter play. All green. A little slip in here, 9 for 25. That's, 12 for 30 is not that much better. You can see 40% versus 36%. So, roughly about the same. But that's a lot of breaks, man. That's just too many brick threes for my taste. But, it's the name of the game now here. 1 for 3 here in the corner and 0 for 1 here. They were really dominating the paint, which you can expect with Simmons and Embiid in there. Tobias too, man. Tobias really lives in this mid-range area, but he can come in here and get his as well. And 13 for 20. Was that 65%? 58%, 7 for 12. So ATL just played a great game, even though it kind of, you can see they held the lead through the majority, well, the whole game pretty much, except here when the game just started. It's only tied twice. So who do we have here? Let's get this full screen view for this. Alright, the leading players of the game. Joel Embiid had 3 blocks. Capella had 1. Ben Simmons, man, 10 assists. And Trae Young. These are two of the league. These are two of my favorite point guards, honestly. Newer point guards here, up and coming stars. Just because I've already explained what makes Ben Simmons great and he can defend 1 through 5. Like, you could put him on center and you're golden. I can't quite say the same for Trae. Not that he won't try and not that he won't hold his own, but Ben Simmons is definitely effective defending anybody on the roster. But 10 assists for both point guards, that's excellent. 10 rebounds from Tobias Harris. Go ahead. Tobias Harris, expect him to be a rising star here. I expect him to get a couple All-Star games here, if not next season, very soon. Clint Capella, same thing. Big man holding down the paint for the ATL. 10 rebounds. Embiid with the torn meniscus playing, dude. I really wish he wouldn't be doing that, honestly. But he still snagged 39 points injured. Like, my God. What more can we say? I mean, he's definitely... If you haven't been watching Jokic and you only been watching Embiid, you definitely can argue he's the MVP for sure. Trae Young, 35 points. He's just been incredible these playoffs. So 128-124 was the final. You can see Philadelphia, the 76ers out-rebounded the Hawks. More assists, more steals, more blocks. But however, they had more turnovers. They shot better from the field. The three-point is what got them. So really, this is where you win games. This is where you win basketball at, really. The free throw line. You got to hit your free throws, man. You got to hit your shots from the line. 68 for Philadelphia. That's very, well, it may sound, it's better than half, but it's pretty low for a team. 95 from the line, that's what wins basketball games. The 3-point shot, I understand, but not so much as being able to draw fouls, get to the 3-point line, and knock them down with security. So that's really the difference maker. Because here, when we look at points in the paint, ATL 40 versus Philly. Philly smashed them in that category. ATL versus Philly here, second chance points. Philly bested them just by 1. And then fast break points, Philadelphia had more fast break points than ATL. So it would appear just on stats that Philadelphia outplayed them. However, when it comes down to when it matters, ATL gained the lead, held on to it. They were able to get to the line and knock down their shots, whereas Philadelphia struggled with turnovers and struggled at the line as well. So, and a little bit from the 3-point. Let's just go back into this box score here just for a second, just to kind of further emphasize this point. Look at this. Free throw. Starting lineup. Collins, 4 for 4, 100 from the line. Capella was 50. Look at this. Bogdanovich, 2 for 2, 100 from the line. Trae Young, 9 for 9, 100 from the line. So as your point guard, he's living in the paint, going in there, hitting them floaters, making some stuff happen, attacking the basket, and he's 100% from the free throw line. That's a recipe for success. Same here. Danilo Gallinari, he didn't have very many field goal attempts, but when he did draw contact, he got to the line, perfection from the line, 100%. So that's really, like I said, when your starting lineup is pretty much perfect from the line, that's a recipe for success. Let's take a look at some of Trae Young here, because he was definitely doing his thing. 2 years out of Oklahoma. 22 years old. Pick number 5. 25.3. 3.9 rebounds. 9.4 assists. Coming up huge this game. See if they have just a highlight video of just him. Trae Young, Joel Embiid highlights. Yeah, let's check that out. And again, this is right from NBA.com. You can check them out. Also, man, Kawhi, Paul George were able to close out Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., Porzingis, Boban and company. Here we go. Let's check it out.
That's his specialty, stopping. There's that little pass alley-oop as Capella finishes.
That's what I was talking about. Just when you think he's about to alley-oop.
Shooting going back to the previous game.
Pick and roll with Capella. This is where it was still close in the beginning of the game. 20-16, 12-13. Embiid, that's what kind of scared me when I saw him do that. I was like, oh, come on, Embiid. Don't forget you got that going up, jumping too hard, trying to slam dunk. You're going to end up right back where you came from, bro. I mean, that's what it was a big deal, him being able to explode to the basket like that. But see, here's still a close game, 26-20. Trae Young from deep. Again, Trae Young from deep just pulls up. Just pops it up, man. Like, barely any space. Drills it. Collins with the... Oh, nope. Leave it. Trae Young was hitting them deep threes, bro. Always. Look at that. Contested from Tobias, too. Nose is good. Still sitting there. Embiid, head fake, jab step. Gets him jumping. Draws a little contact with a little cell there. See, he is. That's not even a foul, dude. He touches him with his own elbow and then just like acts like it's an aftershock. But okay, Embiid, I see you. Getting crafty with the flops. Oh, I didn't even see that pass. Oh, okay, it was a turnover. This is where they were pressing down the line, fourth quarter, 123-118. Bam! That's when I thought the game was over, but it wasn't. That's when I thought it was over. That was my favorite highlight of the game. Look at how intense he was, man. But it's pretty much that was the dagger for the game. Let's come back here and just show the recap. Ended on a good note here. So the Hawks go in and take them the first game. I definitely recommend catching this if you haven't watched it. Check out this series as it comes up. It's bound to be amazing. Some great action, great matchups. If you like the three ball, it's there. If you like the alley-oops, it's there. Great defense. Incredible offense. This is going to be a good one for sure. Extremely exciting basketball. And Philly was at home too, man. They had the crowd behind them. Oh, did he make what? Did he made that shit? No way. See here, 8-8, and then this is the closest that it got. They took that. That was their first lead, and 20-16. There goes that jam I was talking about earlier. That was kind of scary, wondering how his knee is doing. But after that, Killer cross to the three, pulls up, drills it. Again, screen, drills it, and you have to watch on those screener rolls. You have to watch with Collins and Capella because they will slam that in your face. So that just kind of gives Trae that little bit of leeway he needs to pull up and pop it from anywhere. Here we go. All this man right here. Oh, you see? Oh, that was a foul, dude. That was a... Yep, that's a foul. I mean, they're at the crib, so, you know, they get the benefit of the doubt. See? Strong take to the rim. That's not easy to do on a great defender like that, too. Embiid, oh, he came up with it. Bogdanovich was balling, man. Look at this. That's exactly what great ball movement, great decision maker right there. Just kicks it out for a better shot. Trae comes in, step back, boom, pops that. Beauty jump shot from the keyhole. Oh, he's like, come on, man, I'm open. The drive. Oh, Gallo with the dunk all the way to this. The lone ATL fan in between everybody in Philly. You know, it's got to feel crazy. This shot right here was tough. Get around there, you find yourself open, just throw it up. So 116.99 here in the fourth quarter, but wait. Philly's got a run in him. Oh, broke him. Made his knees give out for a second. Steps back and drills it. Curry. And this is when it got tight. They brought it within 5 after being down by 20. Here comes Embiid. He's full of tricks, dog. Look at that. I love it. I love it, man. Embiid. Hold on. Let me pause here for a second. Embiid has some great footwork. Head fake, spin, jab step, pump fake. He uses it all, dude. He's a great post. I mean, triple threat. Honestly. Right here, it got dicey. They kept that trap coming on them. They kept the full court pressure coming on them. He barely escaped this. Barely. And then just makes the ugly pass, but it was actually pretty. Right on the money. Bounce here so he can catch it and shoot it. And Philly fans, be quiet. Hush the arena. And, rubbed it in their face. Over Embiid. Collins, man. He's still up in orbit from that one. These two dudes right here got a great connection. So there you have it, guys. 128, 124. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the subscribe and follow. Thanks for joining. Appreciate all the support. We'll keep posting these updates and discussing and breaking down a little bit of the analysis of what, stuff that stands out. Great plays. So, later. Thanks for watching.